Okay, so I would like to go over the solutions for the 1.2 practice set on segment rays and parallel lines and planes. Just so if you didn't get a chance to go over them in class, I can go over them with you now. Okay, so first problem, true, false. Line AB is the same as line BA. Okay, well, if we have 2 points, A and B, and we have a line that's going through them, then if I say line AB or line BA, it's still the same line. So that would be true. So ray NM is the same as ray MN. So if I have points N and M, and I say ray NM, that means that N is the endpoint, just say EP, endpoint, and it's starting at N and it goes through M, and the ray is going to go in that direction. Well, MN, ray MN, would mean that I'm starting with the endpoint M, endpoint M, and I am going through N in this direction. Well, those are two different rays. So these are not the same. They have different endpoints and they go in opposite directions. So this is false. So it doesn't matter the way we write a line in part A, but it does matter the way we write a ray. Okay, C, ray XY and ray XW are always opposite rays. Well, they both have the same endpoint. They could be opposite rays. That means they go in opposite directions. They could, like in this case, these are opposite and therefore these two rays are collinear, but it says always, and so it doesn't necessarily have to be opposite. I can make a counterexample that proves it to be false. So it's not always. Okay, so D, if two lines do not intersect, then they are always parallel. Well, parallel lines do not intersect, but they do not always have to be parallel. What's the other thing they could be? Well, they could be skew. So skew lines are not on the same plane. So if I draw a cube like this, I can say, okay, I've got this line here and this line here. They are not parallel because they're on different planes and they do not intersect. So that's skew. So if two lines do not intersect, then they're always parallel. That's false because they could be skew. Two planes can never be skew. Okay, so planes can only be two things. They can intersect at a line or they could be parallel. Skew is something for lines only. So two planes can never be skew. That's true. Opposite rays are collinear. Well, we just discussed that just a little while ago. They have the same endpoint and they go in opposite directions. So say MN is opposite to MO. Are they on the same line? Do they share, co-linear, the same line? True. Okay, so that is number 1. Let's take a look at number 2. We're using this figure here. Name two pairs of opposite rays. Okay, there are a couple different ones we could use here. How about we go with B? So we could say B, E. So BE starts at B and it's going in this direction. All right. And what's opposite of that? BD. They have to have the same endpoints, B, and they need to go in opposite directions. So that's one pair. Let's come up with a different pair. How about using point C? So we could say CF, and I need to have another ray with the same endpoint and going in the opposite direction, so CD. Okay, name ray EB another way. So it needs to have the same endpoint, so I have to start with E, and it's got to go in the same direction. So what other point besides B could I use that goes in the same direction? D. ED. Boom. There's that. Name 3 segments with the same endpoint. Okay, so how do you name a segment? A segment is 2 points with a line segment symbol over it. And we just want to have one of the points on each of the segment be the same. So how about we go with, let's use B again right here. So I can say BA, segment BA, and let's list another one that has the same endpoint. BE. BC. And we can also say BD, but I only asked for 3. All right, that's it for part 2. What do we have here? Part 3. Use figure 2 to name the following. Trying to get a good color. All segments parallel to segment MP. Okay, so where's MP? It's this segment right here on this top edge, and we want them to be parallel. Okay, so how about this back one here, NO? Segment NO is parallel. How about the one on the bottom right here, QS is parallel, and then TR is also parallel. You know, we're assuming that this is a cube and all the faces are parallel, opposite faces are parallel. 3 segments skew to OR. Alright, so here's OR over here. And what is skew? Skew means that they're not parallel and they don't intersect. So, how about MP? Let's go with this one again. MP works. Segment MP, 2 capital letters with a segment symbol on top. QS also is not parallel and does not intersect. Also non-coplanar, right? Skew means that they're non-coplanar. What else is going to work here? We can go with QT here. Works. That is not going to intersect with OR, and it is not parallel. 2 pairs of parallel planes. Okay, so how about we go with the front face and the back face? So we need 3 non-collinear points for a plane. So how about MPS? And we just write 3 capital letters in a row. There's no line symbol on top, no commas here in between. And in the back we could say NOR. That's one example that works. There's a bunch. Actually, we have 4 points on the plane. We can choose any 3 out of the 4. So there's several ways to write it. Which planes intersect through TR? Okay, where is TR? TR is this back edge right here. So 2 planes intersect at a line. So we've got this back plane again. We already used that one before. NOR. NOR. Plane. NOR. So this bottom plane right here. So how do we label that? How about TRS? TRS. Now, you guys could have come up with different ways of writing those planes, but any 3 out of the 4 points will work for that one. Boom. Let's take a look at 4. Determine whether the pair of lines intersect or are parallel. Okay. So when we talk about parallel, we have an x and y axis right here, and that's our x, that's our y. If we have lines that have the same slope, so the rise over run is the same for both lines, then they're going to be parallel. The other important thing is that they have different y-intercepts, so they're intersecting the y-axis in a different place. And we call this B. Okay, so B is the y-intercept. Intercept. Let's put a little beard here on this guy. He needs a little beard. Nice. So we don't need to graph this to check if it's parallel, because we can use slope-intercept form and check these two values here, the m and the b. So basically we want it to have a different b if the m's are the same. Same m, different b. Okay? So we have to solve for y. I'm going to zoom in here on this one. And how do we solve for y in this equation? Well, we got to get rid of x. How do we do that? We subtract it. Subtract x. So now we get y minus x, y equals negative x plus 1. So what's my slope? There's only a negative in front of the x. We know it's 1 over 1. So this is negative 1 over 1 is our slope, and our y-intercept here is 1. Okay? Now let's take a look at this one. First step, got to get rid of this minus 4x. How do we get rid of a negative 4x? How do we undo subtract 4x? We add it. Plus 4x to both sides. You with me there? Stay with me. Right, I'm right over here. We add 4x to both sides, and now we get negative 4y equals 4x plus 8. Now, how do we get rid of this negative 4 on the y? Well, what's happening between these two values here? Multiply, right? How do we undo multiply? We divide it. Now, we have to divide it to every single term. Don't just divide it on what you feel like dividing it by. It's got to go in everything. So negative 4 and negative 4 cancel here, so it gives us y. 4 divided by negative 4 is negative 1, or negative 1 over 1. 4 divided by negative 4 is negative 2. Okay, so m is negative 1 over 1, and b is negative 2. Okay, what did we say we needed to have? We need different b's, check, and we need the same m's, same slope, check. This is parallel. These two lines are parallel. All right. 2 more left. B, we got 5y equals negative x plus 10. Well, y is not by itself. We've got to get y by itself. What do? How do we undo multiply 5? We divide it. Divide everything. So now we're going to get y equals So negative x divided by 5 is the same as saying negative 1. We can put a 1 here in front of the x. It's our coefficient. Negative 1 fifth x, and then 10 divided by 5 is 2. Slope is negative 1 fifth. B is 2. Okay, now in this one, what do? We've got to get rid of this 1/5 x. How do we do that? We subtract it. So we're going to subtract it, and I'm just going to go right to it. So what is our, maybe get a different color, m is negative 1/5, and b is 3. So they have different b's, different y-intercepts, but they have the same slope. So this is parallel. And just to show you, okay, if we were to graph it, it's going to look like something like this. So for this one, we would go up 2 units, and then we would go down 1 over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So over here. So it would be there, and so this line's going to go like that. And then this one, we're going up 3 units, and then we go down 1 over 5, and we graph it. It's going to look like that. That's really rough sketch. Could have done a better job, but you get a quick kind of shot of what it's going to look like. So these are parallel. Okay, y equals negative 2 and x equals 6. Well, you can't solve for y when there are no y's here. So we have to think, what does this mean? Well, these are special case here. Y equals negative 2 means we go to the negative 2 on the y right here, and then no matter what x is, y is always negative 2. This is going to be a horizontal line. That's not a very good line. It's going to be a horizontal line. X equals 6. That means that we go to 6 on the x. 1, 2, intersect, not parallel. Okay, that's it. I just quickly went over the practice set. There it is. I hope that makes sense to you guys. And reach out to me if you have any questions. All right, thanks a lot. I'll see you next time.